All right, what is up, guys? Today we have Aidan on the show. Say hi, Aidan.
Hello.
And we're gonna be talking some basketball and maybe a little football. And just want to remind you guys to subscribe, all that good stuff. Promote my channel if you can. Always appreciate it. And let me know what you guys want to see for content moving forward. Text me, comment, whatever. Just let me know. And let's get into it. So, Aiden, what is your initial thoughts about the potential of the NBA season returning?
The thoughts about the NBA returning. I think it's unlikely for the season to continue on. There could be a chance, but if it does, it's probably just gonna start in the playoffs. There's gonna be no more regular season games. But I don't know, because if it doesn't return, I think it'll return back in September, October, something like that.
Yeah, which at that point it's just like you would start the next season.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's some options. I think the consensus is it needs to start around like mid to late June in order for it to be a viable comeback. And there wouldn't be fans.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There wouldn't be fans in there. So you would have like Disney was they'd all be in like a central location. Like Disney was one of the places discussed. I don't know how viable that is, but yeah, I don't know how like
Yeah,
from the perspective of like small market teams that have no chance. Like I don't know how that's going over there. But I know like the Lakers obviously want to finish the season, so
hmm yeah. The thing is, those big market teams probably just want to finish off this season, or the teams who have the best chance to
yeah,
win the championship this year, like the Bucks, Sixers, those teams probably want to finish off the season.
yeah. Well, I don't know about Sixers, but yeah,
Yeah, they're a good team in the East, so they have a chance.
Yeah. I'd say probably like maybe a third of the teams would want to finish it off because even if you're like say
Yeah.
the Grizzlies for example, like you have no interest in finishing it because you're gonna get eliminated in the first round, and there's several teams like that. So
But
I feel
as well as if they stop the season, which is if they stop the season now, it's
mhm.
gonna be weird to do the playoff seed, or not playoff, but the like draft seeding and stuff.
So how do you think this is going to affect LeBron James's legacy based on the fact that while I think they do have a legitimate shot next year to still win the title, I think the advantage because of LeBron's age and like their roster being designed for 1 year heavily goes to the Clippers. How do you think that goes over? Like because if he had this season, this is his best chance. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. This is his best chance to win it with the Lakers.
Yeah, so especially when we're not even like talking about like any other stars legacy, like we're talking about this is the GOAT debate, and it's basically we're not going to get to see who like if he would have won it with a third team, or if Kawhi would have won it for a third with a third team, and it's
Yeah.
so
So sorry.
yeah, go on, yep.
Oh, so pretty much what I think it's I think it could hurt his legacy, but depending on how far they make it, if they would make it into the playoffs, because if they could have made it to the finals or maybe win it, it would definitely hurt his legacy. But we don't know how good their team would be in the playoffs. Obviously it's LeBron, they're going to do well, at least Western Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
But just say for point of argument that they get eliminated in the first round,
Yeah,
which would definitely hurt his argument
yeah,
so much.
for sure,
But
yeah.
it's like a mix between it's most likely gonna hurt him more than it will help them.
Yeah. I mean, I think once we get these playoffs started and we see like one like big upset that like we wouldn't expected, and like by big upset I mean like a big upset because like if the Rockets beat someone like that's an upset, but it's not like crazy. Like if they beat the Clippers or the Lakers, like I'm saying like if say the Bucks lose in the first round, something like that, like the Lakers lose, if they brought it back, I think that would kind of destroy the reputation of this season. What are your thoughts on if a big upset happened like that.
Oh yeah, it would definitely would like mess like something up because like well, I think like most players have like an indoor gym and stuff, but like say like some like players aren't like available to like consistently still be able to like work out and stuff. That could like easily hurt the chance of the team because like it could like increase like injury risks.
Yeah.
And then like say a player like Giannis, like obviously he's still working out and stuff, but let's just say like since he hasn't been like playing like full on like
Yeah.
5v5 basketball, and he like does something to his knee or like something like that when he's going for a dunk, it could just like destroy his career or like any other like NBA player's career because like they haven't been able to like consistently practice because they had to like stay at home in quarantine.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now hypothetically, let's say that they get the spot figured out for June, right? And you have some resemblance. Say you have like 5, 10 games finish up, and then you go straight to playoffs. Let's say Kevin. What would your thoughts on Kevin Durant potentially returning to the Nets for the playoffs?
Ooh, Kevin Durant returning. I mean, I think for his sake that he shouldn't return
Mm-hmm.
because like again like he doesn't like want to risk like re-injuring himself even more. And I think like he shouldn't just like immediately go in and return because the Nets are most likely not going to win this year because of Kyrie being injured. Like I don't know if he's back or not, but like for the sake of like the Nets and their future, they shouldn't like be trying to push like a championship or a higher playoff seed. So Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving should just sit, and then the Nets will just move on from there.
I mean, so what I think for me, like I think there's a chance you could bring them both back, but you would have to. It'd have to be both. Like, there's no point in bringing either one of them back. It would have to be both, because otherwise you're not going to make a run with just one of them. You know.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So assuming that you could do that, I feel like they would have to come to you, both of them, and say we are as 100% as we're going to be, and be almost begging you to let them play. And if that happens, you consider it. But if they're like on the fence, yeah, I agree. You definitely don't push them.
Yeah, because like you don't want to risk them like re-injuring themselves, especially Kevin Durant with how serious his injury was.
Yeah. I mean, they have a really bright future, so I wouldn't jeopardize that. However, depending on how late the season returns, it could be a possibility.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And football, there's not too much interesting going on right now, but one thing that is most certainly interesting is the Dak Prescott contract situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, Dak Prescott. So, in my opinion, Dak Prescott, he does not deserve like the $40 million he's asking for.
Mm-hmm.
He's like he overrates himself as like a quarterback. He's like a high 20s, low 30s million player because like he's good, but it's just like he's not like a leader of a team like the top quarterbacks in the league are.
So you want to know? So what I think about the situation is, I feel like last year, they just weren't even having contract negotiations, right, with Dak.
Oh yeah.
Now, Dak Prescott, if Jerry Jones, I think is probably offering him low 30s, right, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that.
If Jerry Jones had offered him that last year, I feel like he would have taken it. Whereas this year comes back, he's probably feeling a little disrespected, and he's kind of pissed. So he's like, "Oh, I want 40 or nothing," you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and then also if like the Russell Wilson contract situation, since Russell Wilson got that type of money, I think Dak Prescott views himself as like he deserves that type of money as well.
Yeah, I mean, even more than Russell Wilson, I was gonna say Carson Wentz and Jared Goff. Like that's like they were because they're not even good. Like Dak Prescott's better than Jared Goff, and he's almost as good as Carson Wentz at this point.
Yeah, I agree with that because like the thing of Carson Wentz is like you don't know if you can get like a full season with a healthy Carson Wentz. So
yeah, they're
like.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say like they they're like even players because like even though Carson is, in my opinion, better, you just don't know if he's gonna be healthy or not. So
Yeah. All right, that's it. All we got for today. So all you guys can go subscribe if you want to. If you don't, I don't really care. And peace.